Tempers went flying earlier today as residents of Sodom and Gomorrah stormed the State House in protest against what they say is unfair demolition of their homes.
Because of the disturbing it takes to us, we don't get peace here again, and we are hustling to for here. If we don't get hustling for here, but we go still now. So we want peace for here. If not that, we don't go vote NDC. We go kill somebody for here.
Fadama said it was because of the flood they are coming to spoil here. But now, our question is: are we not human beings? Are we not Ghanaians?
While they say the AMA didn't give them sufficient notice, their Crown Mayor said they had several notices over several years.
A year ago, when they set the whole place here on fire, I came here with my works director and I gave them warning that they should stop and shouldn't build it. They built. You understand? So this is the moment I've given them. I've been in office for 7 years. Of the those 7 years, every day I've given them a warning.
As the back and forth continues, the fact still remains these slum dwellers have nowhere to stay. What became of the plans to resettle these residents of Sodom and Gomorrah at Ajin Kotoku in Ga West? My name is Stephen Enti. This is today's big story. Anger and frustration written all over the faces of dwellers of Old Fadama, popularly called Sodom and Gomorrah, who now have no place to live. Their shanty dwellings and makeshift structures, which they call home, have all been flattened out, and they are absolutely mad about this.
So we're here at Sodom and Gomorrah, and the Irish youth, they are very angry. They are not happy what's happening here. So let's get talking to them. Yes, why are you so angry?
We are angry because of the disturbing it takes to us. We don't get peace here again, and we are hustling to for here. If we don't get hustling for here, but we go still now. So we want peace for here. If not that, we don't go vote NDC. If NDC, we don't want it again. We go kill somebody for here.
Okay, so I see. Right, so we'll be going along with them. We'll find out what exactly is causing this whole demonstration here.
We don't understand because Fadama said it was because of the flood they are coming to spoil here. But now, our question is: are we not human beings? Are we not Ghanaians? If Fadama will come to destroy here for other people, when the flood happened, what happened here? No one died here. If here is the main cause of the flood, how come nobody died here? At least what we want our president to know is that Fadama is his best enemy. Because if Fadama knows very well that human beings are living here and he could come and do this kind of thing, that means John Mama is an enemy to Fadama. That's what we want the media to do.
Did you know that they were going to demolish the place?
Yeah, they told us that they would demolish the place, but they said they need 100 meters away from the Kole. And what they're not doing is more than the 100 meters. They shouldn't think that we, those who are living here, some of us have been to school. Just that we don't have people to second us, so that we can also be people or human beings. So from that place to here, to where they are demolishing, is more than 100 meters. If Fadama did not been to school, such that he will know 100 meters, we knows 100 meters.
We have the information. They come to tell us that those people who are under the gutter site, they should come out their rooms and they come and demolish it. Yes, we've agreed, we've accepted. And when they come, it is not people who are only under the gutter. They've started demolition everywhere. They said they need 200 meters. And even what the demolition is more than 200 meters. And when they come, they didn't tell us they need 200 meters so that we should come out our rooms. They said we should leave the gutter so that they can come out the boiler inside. Yes, we've accepted it, we've agreed with you. Then now when you come, you didn't indicate even any red number under the yours. Like we are not animals. When you come to demolish, we are in Accra everywhere. When they come to demolish everything, when Emma go to any place to demolish, he will go and read and put the red numbers there for people to know that yes, we are not allowed to be here again. That has never happened. It has never happened. There is no any indication, no any red numbers writing anywhere. They just come to start demolition everywhere. So now, how do you expect us to go? Where do you expect us to go? We, our people, we are from North.
Right, let's quickly get onto the telephone line. Deputy Minister, Local Government Ministry, Honorable Ni Lante Vanderpoy is joining us on the telephone line now. Mr. Vanderpoy, good evening, and we're grateful you could join us.
Good evening. Thank you very much, my brother.
I know that this demolition is raising a lot of tempers, especially among these residents who today stormed the State House. Of course, there are security implications of them storming the State House, but I want us to focus a little bit on what the progress is for relocation or resettlement of these dwellers. Can you run us through any plans of such nature?
Well, thank you very much. Good evening to your cherished listeners. As of now, we're not talking about resettlement or we're not talking about relocation of anybody as of now. I think the problem we have at hand now has to do with what the AMA can continue to do in order to avert the possible flooding of Accra and its attendant to deaths and loss of property as we witnessed on June 3rd.
That's right.
So the AMA has embarked upon this desilting and dredging of the various channels that collect the waters when it rains. It happens that Old Fadama has to be part of it. And AMA has had a series of meetings with the community leaders and also the residents association. I've myself been part of a series of meetings. And between the AMA and the community, they agreed on the parameters of the work to be done by the AMA.
I see.
Initially, they undertook to do it themselves, but I think lack of logistics and rest did not make them be able to do it the way they were supposed to do. And some of their own people were a bit stubborn and intransigent, and I said they couldn't really do it the way they wanted. So after June 3rd rain, the analysis pointed to the fact that the silting of the Korle Lagoon was the factor, the predominant factor for the flooding and its attendant death. So the decision was taken to embark on this exercise. So last week, the AMA had a meeting with the executive of the community, and they agreed to take this work. Between the AMA and the community, they agreed to take to demolish structures on 50 meters both sides of the Korle Lagoon. So 50 meters on the left, 50 meters on the right. The exercise started, but apparently, according to the community leaders and the people there, the AMA has gone beyond the limits.
That's right.
Which was agreed upon. And as such, a lot more people have been affected than otherwise anticipated. It's a problem. So we started negotiations. We just concluded a meeting with the community and the AMA.
I see.
And Stephen, we agreed on this point. Tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, we're going to continue with a meeting to involve the chiefs, the community elders, and the AMA and myself.
I see. So what will be the focus of this meeting? Is it to ask them not to continue their protest or to appeal to them to move? And if they are to move, to where exactly?
Yeah, we agreed on 5 points. The first one has to do with having a clear demarcation as to the scope of work to be done undertaken by the AMA, so that everybody knows and agrees as to what to be done, so that we all know right from the beginning the number of people who will be affected, and then we take action to possibly relieve them of the consequent problems they will encounter. Secondly, we agreed that we are going to coordinate immediately with NAGBO and National Security to see how we can get some sort of immediate shelter for those who have been displaced by the demolition exercise. Third, we also are going to coordinate to make sure we get a sort of support that we'll give to those who are willing to go back to the north. in terms of transport, buses, and the rest.
But Honorable, I mean, negotiations for those who are willing to return to the north, is it not too harsh? I mean, people have made a decision to migrate to central business districts where they could get jobs, they could get something to do for a living. So if you, by your own volition or discussion, decide to remove them from where they possibly have made families, is that fair enough?
No, Stephen, they themselves have brought the option of wanting to go back. Already, a lot of these, a lot of my people, the people at Old Fadama, normally move up when it is farming season, and then they come down after the farming season. So it's something that they've been going on and off, and most of the time we support them to go back, and then when they come in, also they come to show themselves. So some of them willingly have decided they want to get back to the north. So we see how best we can get them. One of the most important things that they requested that I immediately am working on is the restoration of utility services to the area, especially water. Stephen, a lot of them now have problem with water to cook with, water to bath, water to drink, and also other things. And if we don't resolve that problem as soon as possible, it could lead to other diarrhea diseases. Also, electricity has been cut to the area because of the,
demolition exercise.
Many illegal connections that were witnessed at the place there. So the electricity will have to be called in order to make it better and to protect life and property. You know that place is already prone to a lot of fires, which normally caused by electricity because of these illegal connections. So we ask electricity to come and look at it. And then finally, the AMA will continue to dialogue with all the stakeholders within their community and to make sure that any further action that will be taken will not lead to further, let me say, aggravation of the situation they find themselves.
Or displacement, right. So are you hopeful? Are you confident? Can you give us that assurance that there will be some normalcy restored at the place?
I can say for sure that even though my people are so frustrated and sad about the things that have happened, they've taken it in a stride. And after the time we concluded this meeting, they're going further to the community to have interaction with their people. They know it's going to be difficult because a lot of them are angry at the decision of the AMA. They thought the AMA has stabbed them in the back because they agreed on the particular parameters, and the AMA has gone beyond that. But the AMA also explained that it was not intentional, that in the course of work, some of those excesses are bound to happen.
Right.
And also the fact that the machinery and the equipment they were using needed that room in order to maneuver to avoid any accident. So that's why a lot more people were affected than otherwise anticipated. Right. So it's good we are joining, it's good we are negotiating, it's good. We'll continue with that. I have a problem. I want to see how I'll be able to make sure that my women and children who have been affected by this work are not left to the mercy of the weather, that we find something better for them to get shelter somewhere appropriate for them to take care of their children, and that's exactly what we are doing.
Right.
As I'm talking to you now, I still have people in my office now from the constituency that we are going to discuss further what to do.
Right, Honorable, before I let you go, I know there being discussions of how come the national security could not stop the march to the State House and the accompanying rioting that took place there, vandalizing state property and destroying things around. Innocent people's vehicles were damaged and all of that. Your comment about that and the way forward, what arrangement the security services have made to ensure this does not happen again?
Well, I think they took the security services by surprise because no one really anticipated what they were going to do. Initially, they said they were going to do a press conference. So after talking to their leadership, and they said press conference, I said, okay, fine. I'll be expecting to hear what you have to say. I didn't know. When I was called that they were in town and I made a move to look at them, I saw so many people. But one thing that surprised me is the number of people who were wearing MPP Nanado T-shirts and the flag, the MPP flag.
So you think this has descended into
political? Yes, the politics has come.
Mudding of waters.
Yes, my brother. Some people think that they can make political gain out of this, but it's unfortunate because the people of Ododo are more matured and developed than they.
Right, Honorable
It's
Van der Poel.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Honorable Van der Poel, we're grateful for your time on today's big story.
Thank you
very much. Neelante Van der Poel is Deputy Minister, Local Government Ministry. Let's get on to the telephone lines and speak to Frank Taki, who is the development planner. Mr. Taki, good evening. Hello. Yeah, I'm grateful. Now, I know that you've been constantly talking about the need for an engineered solution to our problems in this country. One of the things the government is telling us is that the dredging of the Odo River, which spreads up to where today residents have been displaced due to demolition, is necessary. I need to find out from you whether you feel that the approaches being used are right.
Well, I mean, the question has two parts. The objective of getting the lagoon dredged and getting the primary drains desilted, to get this flooding out, is a clear objective. Now, as to the method and the approach used in getting the Sodom Gomorrah people evicted, I wouldn't really buy into that. This is something that we've known for years. There's been a plan. My brother and friend Neelante Van der Poel was part of it some time ago when we played Accra Central Area Plan and Accra Master Plan. So those days when Sodom Gomorrah was not so topical, the population was so low, all these issues were brought to the forefront way back in the 90s that the place was a floodable zone. So there's no reason why we should have allowed this to explode to a huge population and it becomes a major social and political crisis to get them relocated. If I were a resident there, what they should know is that area, it's in their own interest that they move. Where they go, I have no immediate solution, but staying there is at the peril of their own lives because that is clearly a floodable zone. Go back to 1995, July 5th, and the population was much, much lower, but it was very, very, very massive, the flooding. All of that area was so deeply flooded. So it is part of the flood-prone zone, and I don't think it's in their own interest to be staying there. But having said that, I think the solution is, if you want looking for a more sustainable solution, it's not just the Sodom and Gomorrah residents that cause the siltation. You look at the whole of the confluence of the lagoon. Number one, I would have gotten the timber market relocated. This is what we've been saying for years. Then all these food stuff, bulk breaking markets around Agbogblosi, the yam market, the plantain market, all of that. It starts from Mokla number 2, the area called Kwasiajua, so all the way down to Agbogblosi. Right. All these bulk breaking activities don't belong to where they are. That's a very, 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 very fragile zone for our drainage infrastructure. So that should go. New Plant Station has no reason to be there. They are all part of the major siltation. The major scrap dealers and all of that. All of these people operating right in part of Accra Central have no business being there. So I think a more sustainable solution would
Mr. Taki, I beg your pardon. How you hold? We're going live to Sodom and Gomorrah, where our reporter Derek Echo Sam is. Echo Sam, if you can hear me, I'll need you to run us through what is happening there now where you are. Especially, I know that as it's getting to evening, there will be people struggling to find where to stay.
So I'm here at Old Fadama. It's been a day after the demolition exercise. Several buildings have been brought down to the ground. A lot of things have gone bad. People have been left homeless. They are frustrated. They are dejected as well. If you can see from behind me, realize that a lot of the buildings have been brought down, broken down, demolished, any way you want to put it, but a lot of people have been left homeless. I can also tell you that there's the FPU from the police service here. You can see heavy police service here with all the equipment that they can gather. But as night falls, you can see from behind me the clouds, the sun is beginning to set. Where will these people sleep? I want to talk to some of them and then ask them, where will they sleep? Most of them have had their homes being broken, their everything that belongs to them, property that they have told to gather, everything has been brought down. I want to talk to them. They will tell me how they are coping with life after the demolition. I have one gentleman here who would want to talk to me to tell me what exactly he's going through. Boss, good evening. You are on Join. What's your name?
My name is Saka Mohammed.
And how long have you been living here?
I've been here about 6 years now.
And tell me, when you came here, how was the place like?
When I came here, there was no mud buildings here. So when we came here, there was a land where we came. So we decided to put our own stretchers where we sleep, because Accra here accommodation is very difficult for us to live on it. When you go to town, how to rent is very hard for us. So because of that, we came and settle here. We do our daily activities. Because of that, a lot of people want to come here. And the people that are living here, most of them are hardworking people, which they work, and when they get the money, they send back the money home to feed some of their parents back at home.
Right. So your structures have also been demolished, right?
Yes.
How are you feeling after that? Now it's almost nightfall. Where would you sleep? It's been 2 days since it was broken down. Where would you sleep? Where have you been sleeping? I must ask.
I'm sleeping in the mosque. We don't have any. That's that we are sleeping at the mosque. That is where they have left those ones for us so that we can stay there. And some of the people are even sleeping anywhere. There's no place for us to. Even when it rains, this rains will fall on us. We don't have. Really, we are feeling very, very bad here.
Do you feel dejected?
Yes. We feel that maybe some of us, we are suffering here. Especially this morning, a lot of people are suffering. There's no place for them, even water, there's no anything for us to. And they came and broke those things without even telling us what they want to do. So,
but they say they have been giving you a warning for the past 7 years. If you are asked to move out of this place to a different place they would give you, government wants to give you, would you move out?
I will move. I'll move from here to wherever they want to relocate us. And the warning they have been given, that instead of them to come and demarcate, this is the portion that we want. They did not come and do that. Just that they used to make announcements that we will come and demolish, we will come and do those things. We were there on Saturday early morning. They just bring their bulldozers and they start breaking the whole place without any demarcation. Okay. So really, we were failing. All of us, we don't know what they were doing. Okay. So later on, they told us that they want to dredge the Kwale Lagoon, which is not bad. It is very good that they should do it, but they did not do it the right way. Before they should have do it, they should have come and consult the people and even demarcate the portion that they want to remove, so that the people will remove their things safely. I'm just standing, the things that I'm wearing, I don't have anything again. All my things have been spoiled.
So how have you survived since Saturday, getting food to eat, taking your
some of my relatives are outside the community. They have been supporting me with food and water. Okay. We don't have anything like that in this community.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a man I've been talking to. I also want to talk to one of the young women here. In most cases like these, they suffer the most. We call them the vulnerable.
Right, so Derek echoes Sam there, reporting to us live from Old Fadama, where he interacted with some residents. They will return to him when the feed we're getting is stable. Let's get back onto the telephone line. Mr. Frank Take is still on. Mr. Take, I apologize for interrupting earlier, but you were making reference to the fact that the planning of the city of Accra has to be done.
I can hear double voices. I can't get you clear. Somebody's speaking in the background. So
right.
Right. It's not clear.
Right. I'll try and see if you can hear me well. I mean, we possibly.
No.
Right.
There's somebody also talking in the back.
Right. Mr. Taki, I think we will fix the telephone line and we'll return to you later and we'll continue with our conversation and wrap up. This is today's big story. I must say that earlier, when many of these residents had been complaining to the Accra Metropolitan Assembly for what they say is insufficient notice, but the Accra Mayor, Alfred Oko-Vanderpoy, refuses to accept this as an excuse for not moving, because he says that they've been given several notices over a long period.
These residents would want to invoke the rights they have in the constitution. Many have raised the concerns that they were not given prior notice. Others also said that indeed they haven't been provided with temporary structures where they could put up and perhaps go and find permanent place of abode later. How do you react to these concerns?
As Chief Executive of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, I have an equal responsibility to all the people of Accra. Last 2 weeks, we lost 159 souls. They had rights. You understand? The people who are living on this, what we call it in the middle, they have rights. They have rights. The right that I have towards them is public safety. January, I came here and I spent over 4 million Ghana cedis to clean the edges of the Kole. That time I gave them warning. A year ago, when they set the whole place here on fire, I came here with my works director and I gave them warning that they should stop and shouldn't build it. They built. You understand? So this is the moment. I've been in office for 7 years. Of those 7 years, every day I've given them a warning.
Right, so that's our reporter Ridwan Karim. Let's get back onto the telephone line from Taki. I hope you hear me this time. We tried to reconnect and see whether you could hear us clearly. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Right, I think we lost Frank Taki, so we've been trying to see if we can go back to Derek Echo Sam, who is at the Old Fadama grounds where he reported the conditions there as night falls. I'm told that we still don't have a stable feed from Derek Echo Sam. We'll wrap our conversation here and we'll continue with Joy News Interactive. Do stay.